What a card. UFC Fight Night, Adesanya versus Pyfer. The card was awesome, top to bottom, just finished. Sadly, I'm a big Izzy Adesanya fan, and he just got TKO'd in the second round. He just decided that he was gonna brawl, and I totally get it, but he looked good. Yeah, it turned out that Izzy wanted to brawl in the second, and he got caught, and Pyfer took his back and TKO'd him. But the second fight, Ricky Simón versus Adrian Yanez, what a weird fight. As a fight fan, even if you like Simón or even if you bet on Simón, he might have won the first round, probably won the first round. He probably lost the second round, or do I have those backwards? But the third round, two judges had it as a 10-8. Simón pretty much gets knocked out by Yanez in the last 2 seconds. And they call it a majority decision, or majority draw. Is atrocious judging. I absolutely can't believe that happened. I've seen bad judging before, but that was by far the worst. So I think Yanez got the short end of the stick there. I think he even KO'd him at the end, but you know. Navajo Sterling gets his KO. Casey O'Neill comes back after a long layoff, gets the KO. It was nice. Marcin Tybura versus Tyrell Fortune. That was a fun fight. I think Herb Dean raised the wrong guy's hand. Lance Gibson Jr. versus Chase Hooper. What a fight. Hooper was a favorite and he got KO'd. Musayev versus Bahamondes. I know he won unanimous decision, but I don't think that was fair. Bahamondes was about to take him down and he grabbed the fence, and from then Musayev took his back. I think that was the second round, and beat him up bad, and then in the third round took him down again. And Bahamondes, I don't even know how to say his name, had some moments there, and it's just, I feel for him. It just didn't seem right, and it didn't seem fair. That's one that they should definitely run back if they're going to run back any fights tonight. Terrence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson. That was surprising. I know Terrence McKinney was on a tear. I had him to win by KO or TKO under 1.5 rounds, so I'm happy, but I thought Kyle Nelson would put up a bigger fight than that. It was weird. He had a head kick that he basically blocked. Terrence McKinney had a high head kick that Kyle Nelson got up on his guard, but then he still fell, and then he didn't move. So I think Terrence McKinney just has really heavy strikes. I'm going to butcher this, but the Abdul Malik versus Bulgari, that was clear as day. I think Abdul Malik, he's got a lot of work to do, and he showed a lot of heart, but also a lot of inexperience. So Douglas versus Juicy J Erosa. Douglas looked scary. He looked like a Ilya Tapora. Yeah, he beat him a bad. I've never seen someone throw a jab like that, and every time he hit him with a jab, it like shook Erosa. He was dropping to the ground. There were heavy jabs. Heavy hands from Douglas. Great debut for him. And then I think one of the highlights of that night was Michael Chiesa. It was his last fight, retirement fight in his home state. His wife was there, his mom was there, and the intro from Bruce Buffer was unbelievable. Like chills down the spine, amazing. And then he goes out, he almost like freaking breaks his neck. It was, Nico Price like threw him while he was on his back, and he like yanked his, I don't know. Anyways, but he turned around and got the sub right away, rear naked choke in Michael Chiesa fashion. And then he had a nice retirement video tribute that he stood in the octagon with his wife, and it was really awesome. Like if you could picture retiring from your sport and getting the praise and recognition and appreciation, that was it. Like what the UFC, great job taking care of Michael Chiesa and sending him off in the right way. The co-main event, wow. Alexa Grasso versus Macy Barber. Macy, the future barber, everyone was super excited for her. She was super excited. She had the mentality she was going to walk through Grasso and get a shot at the title. And Alexa Grasso, I actually had Grasso in this just because I've seen her fight Shevchenko, and I've seen her compete, and I had her to win, and she KO'd her and strangled her. It was kind of scary because Macy Barber laid there for a while. Like, if you watch the replay, she was like grabbing the ref, but then she rolled over, and then she was breathing and her eyes were moving, but then she laid there for like a couple minutes. It was not exciting to watch her lay there because you really hope she's okay, but she got up and was obviously fine. And then, yeah, the last fight, Izzy versus Pyfer, I had under 3.5 just because I'm the biggest Izzy fan and I really like Joe Pyfer, so I didn't know what to do. So I bet under 3.5 rounds and I hit it. But yeah, it's sad to see Izzy get TKO'd like that. And Izzy was right where he needed to be. He was touching him up, dodging heavy hands by Pyfer. I think he won the first round. I think it was 10-9. He was getting him with the calf kicks. He was making him miss. And then he just decided he's going to get into a slugfest. And it looked like a lot like the fight with Calvin Gastelum, except Joe Pyfer has a lot heavier hands and is moving a lot quicker. And he got caught several times and he took his back and TKO'd him. And yeah, so Izzy said he's not going to retire. Chiesa's up giving post-game interviews at the desk right now. Izzy said he's in it for the long haul. He's not leaving. And Joe Pyfer's a top five ranked in the middleweight division, and probably just a couple fights away from his title shot. So